So week's wellness tips are a little bit different. They're not so much about your quote unquote physical health, about diet, nutrition, or exercise, but about things we tend to ignore. Case in point, Exhibit A, tip number 1, wear your sunscreen and apply it often. Okay, I did have sunscreen on, but I didn't apply it often. As you can see, I'm extremely burnt all around my forehead, my nose, my eyelids, like it's painful, my lips. So when you're out in the sun, it's really important to wear that sunscreen and apply it often. Wear the big hats, cover your face, okay? Your skin, your face skin, very fragile compared to the skin on the other parts of your body. And so taking extra precautions to cover yourself from the sun's harmful rays is very important. So make sure that you are applying sunscreen often and taking the necessary precautions to cover your body where you need to, and going along with that, if you have any like sunspots or weird moles, just make a doctor to check those out for you. So tip 1 of the week, please wear your sunscreen. Don't be dumb like me. I can't even use a filter because I need you to see just how bad this really is. Welcome back to another wellness tip. Your wellness tip for today is to limit your screen time. I know, shocking, you've never heard that one before, but it is true. Having too much time in front of screens really does mess with your melatonin and serotonin productions. And so you want to be able to try to put limits. Now, sometimes that's not possible because you work at a computer or you work in front of screens, you work off of your phone. So ways to help kind of limit those screen times is to, 1, only get on your phone or on the computer when necessary, but again, not always beneficial. So adjusting the brightness on your phones, devices, whatever, can help limit your screen time. So what I personally do is I put limits on like social media, and then when I'm out of time, I get like, it doesn't let me on. Sometimes it asks like, do you want to extend for another 15 minutes? And then usually I say yes, but it always makes me think, and that's the point, is to slowly make these adjustments to enhance your life. And so I know that I should be on my phone less, so I sometimes will put it down when I'm like, no, I don't really need to be on my phone. I'm just doing this out of like boredom or just like out of something to do. So basically your tip is to try your best to limit your screen. It asks like, do you want to extend for another 15 minutes? And then usually I say yes, but it always makes me think, and that's the point, is to slowly make these adjustments to enhance your life. And so I know that I should, in a day and age where almost everything we do is on screens, it seems really hard and daunting, but if you can limit your screen time or even just cut off screens and those bright blue lights, or getting blue light blocking glasses and limiting your time, especially right before bed, you can notice better sleep patterns, and then improving your sleep always improves your health. Nothing like a good little evening wellness tip. So today's wellness tip is about sitting less. So you may have heard that sitting too much throughout the day is bad for you, and that is true. Sitting down for too long not only affects your heart health and your vascular health, which is like your veins and arteries, it's also really bad for your posture, because most of us, when we're sitting, we're not sitting up nice and tall, shoulders back, we're slunched over working on a computer, so we're straining our neck, we're becoming hunched forward with rounded shoulders. So sitting for too long is bad for you. So your wellness tip is to try to get up and walk around, because it is hard. I mean, most of us work or have like careers or jobs that require sitting for long periods of time. You can make an effort to, every hour, whether that's, even just going to the bathroom, like taking a bathroom break because you're hydrating so much, getting up at the top of the hour, a quarter after, whatever works for your schedule, and just take a little lap around the office, your workspace, whatever, and just literally stretch those legs. You're going to get the blood flowing throughout your body. And it's going to give you long-term health benefits versus sitting for 8 hours a day. That's definitely detrimental to your health. So again, to recap, a wellness tip is to try to limit the amount of time you are sitting throughout the day. Breaks once an hour, get up, walk around, literally stretch your muscles. And that will affect give you a positive effect on your health long-term. Your final wellness tip for this week has to do with your posture. So maintaining proper posture while you're sitting, while you're standing, and while you're working out is all great ways to strengthen your core. Now, why your posture is so important is because when you don't have correct posture, you create muscle imbalances in your body. So if you're slunched forward, it means the muscles in the upper part of your back here are very weak, and then your chest muscles across the chest here are very tight. And so then there's a muscle imbalance, which causes a lot of back pain. And then if you happen to stand and maybe you kind of like jut your stomach out a little bit, that causes a lot of stress and strain on the lower back. And it also creates a weak core. And now we know core is so important. Your core strength is so important. A weak core causes pain throughout the entire body. So maintaining a proper posture and working on improving your posture is critical to having a good quality of life, as well as less pain, which no one really wants pain, right? So having less pain, a better quality of life, and just a healthier overall body. Now, a couple ways you can improve your posture is focusing on stretching your tight muscles. So again, if you have rounded shoulders, you want to stretch your chest muscles and then strengthen the muscles of your upper back, so the rear deltoids. And then if you happen to have either you have an extended arch, you kind of push your butt out, essentially, you want to you're going to be very tight in the lower back. Weaken the core, so you got to strengthen the core and loosen up the lower back so your hips move forward. But if your stomach kind of comes out a little bit and your hips are forward, then you want to strengthen your core and your lower back. So strengthening the weak muscles and then loosening the tight muscles will help kind of realign your body and allow you to maintain proper posture throughout the day. And proper posture means a better posture of life. So if you don't really think too much about your posture now, the earlier you start thinking about it, the younger you start thinking about it, the better. That way it does not affect you later on in life. So think about your posture right now. Go ahead, sit up. As soon as someone says posture, most people are like, oh, I can stand, sit up, stand up a little straighter. Always engage your core. That's another key factor here. Right now my core is engaged. When I'm sitting, my core is engaged. Working out, my core is engaged. So engaging your core, 1, helps strengthen the core at all times, and 2, helps keep your posture aligned. So to recap, improve your posture, improve your life.